Okay, I'm gonna see if I can see those buffalo that I was looking at earlier. I know they're over there somewhere. There they are. Look just like in the old pictures. Again, I was just doing a quick day ride and out to check the buffalo. Maybe I'll come out one night at around 7:30 or 8. They're out here by the road. You can walk right up there. I did the other night, but it was too dark to really see them on camera. And they kind of act like that they didn't want me to come any closer. Like they didn't. I've been around cows all my life back when I was younger, and they took an aggressive stance. I'll just put it that way. And they might have called their bluff up to the fence, and they might have bolted, but I had the feeling if you cross the fence, they may be having hamburger that day. A lot of open land out here, farmland. I'm getting a lot more used to the bike as far as all the controls and buttons and how it stops and handles and all the turns I can do. One thing I noticed too, seemed like on the side, since you don't have that big of a view of your field, if you move your camera quickly like this, as you're watching, it doesn't really do anything other than you don't see everything. It seemed to me like on this one, since you see such a big field of view, that as long as you're doing slow, it's fine. It almost gives you a headache. I've got a couple videos out now, me making this same ride because it's pretty peaceful and nice out here. And you probably know that landmark now, the early warning system for tornadoes, and I don't know how much money they spent on that, but we live in a little town, Newcastle, out here, and they used to keep saying we have our new system in South Moore. And every time I'd watch that, I'd say, what do you mean South Moore? It's South Newcastle. And they finally, after about 6 months, I guess people complained, they've started to say Newcastle. Moore is a bigger metropolitan area, so it sounds better to say it's in Moore than some town nobody knows, I guess, but that's the way they get to know it. Our town's not that big. I'm about 70, about 2,500 RPM. I'm in 6th gear, and that's pretty smooth. As far as vibrations on the bike. Now when I give it gas, it lugs a little bit when you give it the gas because it's in 6th gear, but that's at 80. So if I set it on 80-ish, it's about 2,800 RPM. Like I said, on cruise, that gets that hand free. And I still got if I let off of this thing, if you watch the, you'll see the handlebars start to shimmy a little bit when I release it, but one finger holds it. But I do have real bad cuffing on the left side of the front tire on this motorcycle from when I purchased it. My goal is in the next week to get out and get me a new set of tires. And looks like if I purchase the tires myself from like Dennis Kerr, probably the cheapest. They charge $10 a ship, but they're actually still cheaper than Amazon. So there's a local place to put them on. They charge the same as if they buy them for you, or if you bring them, and their prices are 30% above what I can purchase them. I don't really understand that, how someone would walk in there. I haven't called the Kawasaki place. I plan to do that. I'd like to give them a shot, and I would pay a little bit more to have them to do it, and they could check the belt. You know, if they get down to one of these other shops, they could say, hey, the belt needs to be replaced. We don't have one. You know, Kawasaki place does have one, or can get it fairly quickly. Popping up my visor, shield, clear shield. I can pull my clear shield all the way up and it doesn't hit the camera, but if I start trying to pull up my, since it's a modular helmet, if I start pulling that up, it'll start clicking. It doesn't take much to click, so it's not a lot of force, but I just have to be careful about it, or I pull my shield all the way down and then I pull up the modular part around my chin. Same thing. I pull it down. Yeah, kind of weird feeling up there. I broke this into 2 recordings until I get verified on YouTube. I do a lot of technical stuff, you know, but I've never got onto YouTube just until here the last couple 2 or 3 days, and I haven't really edited the software. If I mispronounce something, I'm not that worried about it. As I told somebody before, I know I'm not that smart. I wished I was a little bit dumber. I wouldn't know it was dumb or was smarter. I'm just smart enough to know I'm not as smart as I should be. So kind of a bad place to be, but that's where I'm at. And I think as you get older, you really don't worry about the etiquette that much. Or, I mean, I don't want to offend anybody, but if I mispronounce the word or I can't remember, and I might edit some of these out. I just know when you go through there and edit it, on mine anyway, it's Sony software. Even if you go in there and say, hey, this was filmed in 60 frames per second, it still processes it, and it takes quite a while to process it. I don't really understand that. You're not changing anything. You're saying, hey, process this and that. Now, I know that you've edited, so I guess it's got to put all that together, but you think it could do a scan, so it looks like he's changed this from the original. I don't know. If I want to put real fancy float ins and float outs, which I've done before on some editing software, some things I've did, add music to it, make some cool entries, which I haven't done yet. I may make some kind of entry where I can just add it to YouTube and pop it in. And right now, I'm just okay throwing it up. I'm just trying to show the angle, and I have some people that I want to show what it looks like, if they're interested or not interested, and kind of show my bike off a little bit, although it's all dirty now and everything. But Anyway, home sweet home. Ba, ba, ba. There's one camera to another. Doubt they even work. Oh well, we're going to the off mode.